technology and innovation has become a crucial factor to design the future milestone and direction of Malaysia. We do know that the future lies within the many facets of innovation, and actions need to be assembled to ensure that Malaysia is not left behind in the race to the top among leading nations. With sustainable development goals and the fourth industrial revolution in place, changing trends globally have brought rapid progress in Malaysia. All these have contributed to the initiation of initiatives by Malaysia to embark in science, technology and innovation. Today, we are pleased and honored to have Ms Hazami Habib, CEO of the Akademi Sains Malaysia, with us. She is well known for her work in the field of science and research, mainly innovations. She has contributed to the growth of international mindedness and scientific culture among Malaysia and globally with her affiliation and helm at ASM. She is here with us to share her views on the direction of science, technology and innovation in Malaysia, as well as Progressive Malaysia 2050. Hi Hazami, how are you today?
Good.
It's a great pleasure for you to be here with our interview session with TSEG.
Thank you for inviting me to this session.
The emergence of the fourth industrial revolution has become very significant with growing trends in Malaysia. So Doctor, what is the progress of IR4.0 in Malaysia?
IR4.0 in Malaysia. We have this policy that was just launched last year, 2018, by our Prime Minister, called Industry Forward. Okay, this policy Academy is part of the team with Mike and Miti. We come up with this policy to enhance productivity among our companies, LLC and also SMEs. So these are focusing on smart manufacturing and also focusing on services related into manufacturing. So what we do is we would like to do the assessment and see what is the right ecosystem for us to gradually move towards Industry 4.0 practices, and then to use data analytics to enhance our manufacturing productivity. So that's how we come up with this Industry Forward policy. Okay, so we're looking into what is the ecosystem, what is the funding like, what are the infra that's needed for our company to assist them towards Industry 4.0 holistically. Concurrently, we're also giving input as an academy to Ministry of Economic Affairs and also Ministry of Education, because looking at Industry 4.0 alone is beyond manufacturing, because we're looking about what is the talent of the future needed in this kind of ecosystem, and then we would like to know what are the new business model. Okay, so these are a few things that we are focusing under this policy.
Excellent. How has the changing trends of STI impacted the jobs of the future?
Changing of STI, yes, it changed, but some of them have this issue of, they say they will lose job because of this STI and also Industry 4.0. Some of them think because we are still in the midst of low labor skill, moving to semi skills and skilled workers. So within this transition, we see STI is giving a lot of destructive approach towards jobs and how we think, how we work. So from our study, we found out most of the repetitive work, especially for female, every 5 jobs for females, only 1 left under this era. Okay, every 3 jobs for male, only 1 left under this era. So we need to change the mindset of our talent in Malaysia towards moving towards semi-skilled and skilled workers. Because you can see Malaysia, we have around 1 million to 2 million depending on low labor skill coming from outside, expatriates. So we need to change that landscape slowly and then bring in the STI elements into our workforce and slowly pushing them towards semi-skilled and skilled workers. So as you can see, that's why now Malaysian government is focusing on TVET. Okay, so more on the middle workforce that really can enhance the way we work, the way how we use our resource, and then in a way in the approach of how to make it more sustainable, more greener, and using a friendly kind of technology. So that is what we are doing right now in Malaysia.
There are mega trends contrasting with the global risk. What is your view on this?
I think the mega trends like shift of global things from west to east, we should take advantage of it, being Malaysia in Asia. Another one is technology breakthroughs is coming. So that is another mega trends that we see changing the way we work. Each Malaysian is now connected. Okay, so if we have that and the people is empowered with technology, so I think we should take this opportunity to push. So what we have in mind is to use this strength to focus on the industry that really can give some solutions to the things that we are facing right now, like climate change, cybersecurity issues. We have that. So these are challenges that we are facing right now that we thought if we can push our industry towards giving products and services that give solutions to these issues. So these are few things that now we are pushing 10 technology areas to the government. Mostly is related to digital technology, AI, machine learning, 4D printing. So these are things that we would like government to focus on because all this technology is cutting across all sectors. Okay, it can go to agriculture, it can go to education, it can go to health. So we thought this is the core technologies that we should focus on in facing these mega trends and mega threats that we are that we are facing right now.
How is the Progressive Malaysia 2050 significant with the current achievements in Malaysia since its initiation in 2009?
Okay, Malaysia 2050, we start it with a vision that we need a long-term plan.
Great.
Okay, so we have a 35 years kind of plan. What we want to be. So we coined the word of Progressive Malaysia 2050 after looking all our documents, the important documents of Malaysia. And as a country that as young as 62 years old, we don't think so we should follow the Western saying that we should revolutions, changing things because we are still, growing and progressing. So we thought Progressive Malaysia is the right word. And the philosophy binding this word is we want to develop country that is sustainable, harmonious and prosperous. So that is the three key things. So we push the first 10 years plan out of the journey to 2050 that will be 2020 to 2030. In order to achieve that three things, we want to solve three problems. One of it is digital connected Malaysian. We want each Malaysian, no matter where they are, rural area or urban area, indigenous people in Sabah, Sarawak and in Semenanjung, we want them to have the facilities infra of digital connected because that will empower them to be globally sufficient and they can be connected. Second is we want Malaysia to solve this health issue. We see the trends in Malaysia through our study that as young as 25 years old Malaysian now they got heart attack.
Yeah, true. Exactly.
Okay. Obesity, we are number 3 in Asia.
Obesity.
Yes. So we want to solve these issues. I said we want to plan a precision medicine initiative, preventive health initiative in Malaysia, so we can reduce this health issue. Mainly about lifestyle. Okay, how do you eat? How do you live? So that kind of thing, focusing on the young generations. So we want to have a healthy, fit Malaysia by 2030.
That's a great vision.
Another vision that we want to achieve by 2030 under our Ministry of Environment, Science, Technology and Climate Change is zero waste. We want to have a country in Malaysia that can achieve a zero waste by 2030. As you can see now, our ministry and government is pushing forward this agenda. So we are now in the midst of reviewing the Act of Environment by Akademi. So we want to see how we can do that. We want to push the agenda of circular economy. Okay, so how we can reuse things and make sure we also change the culture of how we manage our garbage. Okay, we are very still have a long way to have a very systematic way how to dispose our wastage and how to manage it. So these are three challenges. We don't want to call it like a moonshot, but this is our national moonshot that we want to achieve by 2030. So that's how we draw backward from 2050. That is things that we want to achieve in the first 10 years.
Fantastic. Is Malaysia on the right direction in terms of STI?
In terms of STI from Akademi, from our study through Science Outlook, we need to strengthen our STI governance. It's not that we don't have enough players, we have enough players, but it's not coordinated and it's scattered around 24 ministries and state governments. How to make this effort concerted and then we are more focused. So that's why we are suggesting to the government to form the National Science Council, chaired by Prime Minister, so we can strengthen the governance. Second is we need to create STI collaborative ecosystem. Because as a small country, each entity or institution cannot work alone. They need to collaborate. And we also need to collaborate abroad. Okay. Our scientists, we only have around 150,000 people in Malaysia. So we need to collaborate and science move very fast. So we are pushing this STI collaborative ecosystem in order for Malaysia to push agenda. So we are focusing in 4 areas right now. We just launched this initiative called Innovation Connect or iConnect. 4 areas that we are focusing for us to collaborate is halal industry because we think we have strength in it. Second is fintech in Islamic finance. Okay, fintech alone is quite matured already, but fintech in Islamic finance is something new that we need to push it online. Third is health, connected health. Under health and wellness, we would like to have this e-health services. Slowly we have a database, self-diagnose, so working closely with Ministry of Health. And fourth is industry forward under smart manufacturing. So these are 4 areas that we are embarking along together with our ministry, MESTEC, and we hope we can push this and create an ecosystem, collaborative ecosystem, bringing in the 4 quadruple helix. Before this, when scientists do research, they do their proposal on their own. Okay, but now before you start your research, you bring in industry, see where are the gaps, then only you can do the demand-driven and market-driven research. So by doing that, involving industry from the beginning, so you have the collaborative effort. Then once the research is completed, it will be taken over by the industry. So we need to do that from the beginning, rather than you have something that is already completed, but industry said this is not what I want. It's not customized to what industry need. So we need to change that and create that ecosystem. So we have some best practices that we see around like CREST. So we hope we can repeat that process and then have this many platforms in different subsector of industry, and bringing in industry with academia, government and civil society to work together.
That's a great strategy.
I hope so.